and because of that, I started to get more into programming. So it was because of that is
Wow.
why I delved into programming. This was a very old, around somewhere around 2008, I think, was when I was playing Dragon Fable, right? And I
Right.
started getting interested in cheating Dragon Fable, like making cheats for it. So I started looking into that.
So I saw today a post on Reddit that was, how can you make the AQW better? And I thought it an interesting question, because I've asked myself that question pretty often, and I have a relatively competent answer as to what I would do. I've thought about it to an extent. And really, after thinking about it a little bit more, what is the core issue? What does everything hinge on? What is one thing that they can do that'll make the game sink or swim? AQW cannot afford to fail. Artix Entertainment as a company can't afford for AQW to fail. I don't want AQW to fail. I want it to succeed. I want this game to work, and I want the community to continue to grow. But that's just not possible without the server rewrite. We need the server rewrite to come. We need to get that done. And as long as that's not done, I fear for the future of the game. And that's a simple answer. Do the server rewrite, because many things get better, many things change, and many things become possible post-server rewrite. And unfortunately, until the server rewrite gets done, I don't see a lot of the changes and a lot of the other things that I want to get done in the game, and the propositions and the issues that I see needing to be fixed. I don't see them getting fixed as long as the server rewrite's undone. Because the server rewrite should be AQW's top priority. That should be their top priority over weekly releases, over seasonal events, over making money. The server rewrite needs to be their top priority.
That's the only way you're going to get stuff done, is if you actually tell them, this needs fixing. Can we get this fixed ASAP? Because if you don't get anything fixed, then what are you going to do? What are you going to do when, you know, your game starts to fall apart and people are starting to see through the cracks? And then people are going to want to find a new game to enjoy because they're done waiting. They're tired of waiting, they're tired of the false promises, they're tired of being lied to, and they're tired of having to think and, you know, past all disbelief just to give you a sense of hope. Just to place their faith in you to actually get something done. People shouldn't have to wait. And that excuse of we're a small indie company doesn't work anymore. People are tired of listening to it. They're tired of you going, we're just a small indie company. We can't do more than what we can currently do right now. You can, you're just not bothered.
You know, I'm just done with AQW, guys. Honestly, they're not really improving the game, and it's been a very long time as well.
People are really tired of that. I'm tired of that. I'm sure you're tired of that. I'm sure that you guys at Artix Entertainment and that staff are tired of being asked about it.
Because honestly, for the past few years, they've been pretty lazy on AQ Worlds, and now they're starting to step it up.
AQLite adds so many things that should be in the game by default. It's kind of crazy.
Ooh, no. And then I saw the guild update, and it's just all insane to me. Spider is a coding god.
Also, a little piece of information I should disclose this moment. I'm using AQLite.
Yep,
Okay, I downloaded
amazing,
that finally. So we're using AQLite, which means that turning in quests are a lot easier. And this is the beautiful thing. Okay, and AQLite makes it so much easier. Alright?
He need to be recognized, man. He needs to be recognized on the video too.
I am one of those who desperately need this program, to be honest, and there are others with worse PCs or laptops, so Artix Entertainment must allow us to use this program freely.
God, this makes me so happy. It's unbelievable. If I'm told to not use this, I'll probably still use it because it's just too good. Not like knowing this exists and then not being able to use it would be devastating.
We're going to take a look at something that's getting loads of players banned at the moment. Some of you guys might not know that this is something that you shouldn't do. So our fellow YouTuber Corey, God bless his soul as well, he's just trying to help you guys, don't give him any flack for this. But he made a video about AQLite. If you guys aren't aware of this, it basically gives you some extra options in game that allow you to turn off capes, players, all sorts of stuff to reduce lag. Which sounds good, but it actually goes against the terms and conditions of Adventure Quest World, thus possibly getting you banned for life. Silly people. Don't do it. So I'm just going to read out a quick message from Alina here and some further proof to show that people are actually getting penalized over this. So, courtesy of Corey himself, this is a message from him and Alina here. So it says here from Alina, "Hello, our testers just sent me a link to this. We'd started looking already into several of the features he has implemented for the official game client. I cannot recommend using any version of the game server or client that was not created by Artix Entertainment because of security, account protection, and other legal issues. But I'm glad to see so much excitement for these types of changes. It tells me our programmers are moving in the right direction." So
he said that after AQLite came out, Elena heard about it and heard like the people talking about it, so she decided to make a meeting and to invite everyone pretty much to the meeting. And yeah, and they start talking about it, that they want to try to make the server pretty much their own server to run stuff like AQLite and much better than AQLite.
By the way, I don't know if AQLite is bannable. I don't think it is.
Does Corey use it? Does Corey use it?
Yeah, Corey uses it.
Then it should be fine.
But from what I hear, Spider is making it a lot easier for them. So let's wait and see. But now I do understand why Spider was making it easy for them.
Okay, well, you know, use it kind of at your own risk kind of thing. And people are like, there's so many things that you guys should add to your launcher to make it better, because this is exactly what we want.
Is it safe or not? The program is called AQLite, which has the features installed in so many bots out there, so Artix Entertainment is not gonna like it. It has good things in this program, like the drop items UI, which is very unique and epic.
This Reddit on Reddit right now is just a random person who is backed up by Asuka saying you cannot use this website. But Elena, on the other hand, she said that it's fine. When Corey did his video, she said it's totally fine for anyone to use this website, but it's just gonna be risky and stuff like that. Do you lag when people around you guys? Do you lag because of the animation every time you go starting a fire? Well, today we solve the problem. We give you AQLite. AQLite
is actually insane. I love this so much. Spider has done a really good job, and I would suggest fiddling around with the option.
And the second is somebody who legitimately roasted Artix Entertainment on Twitter.
Wow, look at all these features. And there is a lot of extra features in AQLite, way too many to list off in this video. If you go to settings, there's a whole, these are all settings that are specific to AQLite right here. I can scroll through them really quickly, but there's just a crazy amount of things to do. Some of my favorites include
I find it really weird to play without. It's just one of those things where you get used to it and then you go back to not having that, and it just feels really, really not great to have like a third of your screen being taken up by useless drops that you don't want to pick up, and you don't want to click no because that takes forever too. So yeah, some really cool stuff in AQLite. I would highly recommend using this application.
Of whatever you want. You don't want the animation? Turn off the animation. Who cares about the animation? You don't want to see the people? Hide the people. Who cares? We want to play Dragon Fable, guys.
On top of that, the client changes. Everything Spider's been doing is just fantastic. Just look at all of these options that you can go through. It is insane.
And if they would adapt some of the stuff that Spider's doing with AQLite, he has made so many good improvements that I think AE should adapt into the actual game, because as far as I know, he's doing it for just the passion of the game, and he's doing a really good job. Either they should like bring him on board to do that, or somehow adapt that in some way, because people are so passionate about wanting things like that to change, and they've made Google documents and all this stuff about things that
there's so much stuff and that's why I thought it would be important to kind of try and track down some of these former developers on the game, because there's been a lot of people that brought a lot of things to the plate, a lot of ideas and suggestions, and they all fell on deaf ears. It was just like, I mean, when you're having a meeting with Adam in person and you're bringing up ways to improve a game, and none of it's heard, none of it. It's just like your soul is crushed. You have no will to want to continue working on the game anymore.
Right.
You know? It's just because well, what's the point of even suggesting anything? You know, nothing's going to happen. And it's kind of unfortunate, but you just have to keep holding out hope that someday, somehow, some way. And I used to jokingly rebel. I'm just like, look, if everybody stops spending money on these games for just 1 month, it will force them to go back and reevaluate things. I'm telling you, people just came together and didn't spend a dime on the game for 1 single month. It would force some change, I think. So
yeah, there's some truth to that. Yeah,
and that's with any game company, even these big, huge AAA game companies. Like, if people didn't spend money on them games for a month, it would force them to go back to the think tank and think, okay, what else can we throw at the wall and see what sticks?
Yeah,
and that's the biggest problem is
exactly.
You don't need to throw things at the wall to see what sticks. You have a huge community of like over 1 million people, and we're all giving different ideas. Just take some ideas and run with it. See what happens. You know?
Exactly.
We're not trying to doom you guys. We're trying to do things to keep interest and draw in more people.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
So, and I'm not even mad about this. I just think it blows my mind. The talent and those ideas that come out of so many people. And a lot of these are very experienced game people. They've been doing this for a lot of years, and they're bringing simple ideas to help bring less stress on the servers, to do all these things. And it's just like, you don't want to listen to any of them? Why? Does it cost a couple of dollars? Is that the reason? I mean, what's going on?
Right.
Just do something to cause some real change to make your game so much better. And I know that the biggest thing right now is, well, we want to get all our games on mobile. Okay, well, so what? You get your games on mobile, then what? How are you going to improve them? How are you going to make them... How are you going to improve the functionality? Are you going to...
4 meses, eu não me lembro, não sou bom de data. Mas já chegou, mano, renovando pra caraca. E aí eles renovavam antes, né, com aquele AQLite, o bot, que todo mundo praticamente só usava ele, e não o launcher oficial. Então aí contratou ele, essa história você já sabe. E como vocês sabem, ele vem salvando o jogo, mano, ultimamente. E bom, rapaziada, recentemente parece que ele tá atualizando o game mais uma vez. Eu vou mostrar pra vocês aqui mais ou menos o que dá pra ser lançado, mano. Que vai ser uma puta melhoria que todo mundo queria, mano. Todo mundo queria. Com certeza vai melhorar o jogo muito. Mas vai ser muito.
It shows that the community really wants AE to do certain things, and if they're not going to do it, the people themselves are going to take it on board and do it themselves, and that will automatically push AE to do everything that the community wants faster. I really like this, guys. It really shows that there's people who really care about this game. Why is this not a thing in Adventure Quest? I'm so angry. They've had so much time and they just don't do anything. Stop with the weekly releases. Just put all the quality of life things. I don't even care about the rewrite. Just put this stuff in the game. It's so important for everyone. It is.
This guy in 2 years is bringing us what we want and bringing things to the table that you guys couldn't in over 10, 13 years. To AQW.
Including, I have finally employed you to join us, work with us. Good job, finally. How many years was that? And AQLite was already released in 2016. I'm like, okay, wow. 2016, 2019, 2020. They finally recognized him.
There's a bunch of new options and stuff that I can mess around with, and I think that's really cool. Like, I mean, look at all this. This is so interesting. Spider's done like an amazing job as far as I can tell.
Just a few days ago, okay, I saw this Reddit post on the Dragon Fable subreddit, okay, and this person actually discovered this method of playing Dragon Fable completely lag-free. So this is not my idea at all. This full credits go to this Reddit user by the name of 133 Spider. Okay, so
Spider is the one that's been improving AE, AQW client, to be honest. AQLite introduced, and guess what? More than half of the play, like 80% of the player use AQLite. 80% of the player using AQLite on normal server that www.aqlite.com, people be using that. No, 80%. You know how bad it is? It was crazy. Like, come on.
right now you can see the difference. Look at that. This is in the artix launcher and this is in Flash projector. Look at the huge difference it makes. This is insane, guys, and I can personally vouch for this because I have used this and it works.
I didn't really expect to be going into the game industry. That was the very last thing that was on my mind. I just programmed for the fun of it. There was a mod in Minecraft called Computer Craft, and that was what really sparked my interest in programming.
Wow.
The AQ World's renaissance, single-handedly brought in by everybody's favorite arachnid